Hi gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing some fragrances that I've been obsessed with as of late. These are fragrances that I've been gravitating towards very frequently here recently, and they just smell amazing. But not only do they smell amazing, a lot of them have a really great performance as well. And so if you're interested in what these fragrances are, then please stay tuned. Hey friend, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Thank you for choosing to spend your time today here with me. Before we jump in, I want to say hi to those of you who are new here. On this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle here and there. So if any of those things sound good to you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right? Let's get into it. The first fragrance I have here is Gucci's newest Flora Gorgeous Orchid. This is a fragrance that I wasn't expecting to be wowed by, but on a trip to Sephora, I was looking for some makeup, some body sprays, and I saw that they had this out. And I went over and sprayed it on. I sprayed it in the air, I sprayed it on a tester card, I sprayed it on myself. And when I left that store, I could not stop catching whiffs of this gorgeous fragrance. It smelled so amazing on my skin that I had to go back and get a travel size. And I did exactly that. And when I was done with my travel size, I decided to get a small bottle for my birthday. And I'm super duper excited to have this fragrance. So this fragrance has a very simplistic note breakdown. However, I think there are notes the company is not disclosing, because when I first spray this out, I get a burst of something very zingy and citrus feeling. And so I do feel like there's a citrus at the top of this fragrance, although it's not listed. And this fragrance also has this subtle salty thing about it. So I do feel like there's a salt note or like a marine accord in here, because this smells very fresh, very airy, very bright and zingy. However, the vanilla in here is gorgeous. It's a beautiful, sweet vanilla, and on the dry down, you really get the essence of that vanilla. And this smells amazing on my skin. This is one that I've been reaching for over and over again. This is Gucci's newest Flora Gorgeous Orchid. The next fragrance is a new one to my collection, and I actually have two versions of this fragrance. This is Lattafa's newest Angham. When I say two versions, I mean that this fragrance is inspired by Burberry Goddess. So I have two inspired versions. I have Maison Alhambra's Athena, and I have Angham by Lattafa. I posted a video recently talking about the differences between the two as perceived by me, in my opinion. And so if you're curious about my thoughts regarding these two inspired versions, then I will link that video here somewhere for you so that you can go back and watch. But I think this is my favorite. I think this is my favorite. And the reason why is not because the other fragrance isn't absolutely gorgeous, but it's because this one is closer to the OG, to the original fragrance that they are inspired by. This one I feel is about 98% similar to the original fragrance. And as I've had it for a little bit now, it's gotten even sweeter as I've allowed air into the bottle through spraying it. So I feel like that really helped accelerate some maceration. And it also projects moderately for over 6 hours for me. It might even be longer, honestly. I really need to do an intentional test of this fragrance to see exactly how long it lasts, but the performance has gotten better, and I think that's why I prefer this one. It's sweeter and the performance is there. It's a moderate projecting fragrance. If you overspray, you might be able to get a little bit more than moderate for a few hours, but this is moderate and projects moderately for 6 hours in my experience. And not only does it project, but it also lasts on the clothing all day long. So I am very happy with the performance. That's about what I would expect the performance to be for a fragrance like this. I would imagine that if a fragrance like this with the lavender, that aromatic touch, was beast mode, it would become headache inducing, because that lavender note would become too much in my opinion. So for me, I'm happy with the performance and specifically the projection, because I feel like it still remains comforting. So you get the gorgeous vanilla, without sacrificing the comforting and very sensual, warm, intimate vibes that this fragrance is supposed to give. So this is Lattafa's Anghan. This next fragrance is one that I've been searching for any excuse to wear because I love it that much. I must admit, I am emotionally tied to this fragrance because of the time that I purchased it, where I purchased it, and where I wore it out for the first time. This is Gardini di Toscana's Bora Bora. Bora Bora has my heart. I feel like this is me in a bottle of perfume. It has gorgeous florals, and I love florals, especially white and yellow florals when they're done right, when they're not sharp, when they're not screechy, when they are smooth and velvety and creamy. That's the way florals are done in here. And this also has edible smelling notes like caramel and vanilla. It has that warm, silky amber. So this fragrance has gourmand components. It also has warm and sweet components, and then it has very bright and feminine florals. So this is literally like me in a bottle. This has a subtle tropical vibe, although this does not veer all the way into the territory of a tropical fragrance. And so in my opinion, this can be worn year round, and the performance on this is incredible. Beast mode in terms of projection and long lasting. And the projection on this, 6+ hours, even 8 hours of moderate to high projection where people can smell you, particularly in the beginning of the wear. So like the first 4 hours or so, I got like high projection, and then it projected moderately after that amount of time. So as we are in fall and as it starts to cool down, as we get into winter, I am still going to be wearing this fragrance because the performance is there. It has those warm, sweet, edible notes, and I still get a little bit of that floral component even in the fall and winter. So this to me is a year-round scent, and I'm really excited to see how I like it when the weather cools down. This is sweet, it's lactonic, it's floral, it's so creamy and velvety and lush. And oh my goodness, it is such a treat wearing this fragrance. So again, this is Bora Bora by Gardini di Toscana. So this next one is one that I've talked about quite a bit here recently. So I'm not going to bore you with the same spiel today. Instead, I will direct you to the video where I talk about this fragrance in depth. And this is Paris Corner's Juicy Melange. Juicy Melange has my heart. Juicy Melange is one that I've not been able to put down. I've been completely obsessed with this fragrance. It's still hot where I live right now, and this fragrance is perfect in warm and humid climates. The performance is there. The scent is quality. Very beautiful fragrance, but the performance is also there. It projects moderately. I tend to overspray this, and when I do, it gives me high to moderate projection for the first 4 hours or so. And then it becomes purely a moderate projector after that time. Incredibly long lasting and very refreshing, mouth-watering, yet it has these nuances that you can't quite put your finger on. So I really love this fragrance. I love to wear it when it's humid out. I love to wear it to work out, to exercise, because it's almost as if the heat from my body allows this to project even more beautifully. And as you can see, I've been using this nonstop. This has just checked off so many boxes for me, and I'm very happy with this purchase. Again, so Juicy Melange opens up with some very gorgeous fruits, lots of different fruits in here, but there's supposed to be a basil note, which depending on where you get the notes from, the basil note may or may not be listed. And this also has a nutmeg in the opening. And I feel like those two notes together really gives this a very niche vibe. And then the dry down has those warm and sweet elements that I tend to gravitate towards. So this fragrance has been an absolute love because of all of those things. So again, this is Juicy Melange by Paris Corner. And last but certainly not least, I have one that is very new to my collection. I mean, super duper new. And this one is Carrelage's Empire Victor. This fragrance exceeded my expectations. And this is the new formulation, by the way. I don't know how the older formulation smelled, but I know there are tons of videos here on YouTube talking about the older formulation versus the new formulation. And when I looked at the notes, I knew this fragrance was for me. It had my name written all over it. So I was on Amazon one day, just randomly kind of looking for fragrances, and I saw this fragrance and I saw that it was available. Now, mind you, this fragrance is very elusive, very hard to find. Every time it comes back in stock, it's gone. And as soon as I saw that it was available, I purchased mine and I shared the link immediately with my family here on my community tab. And when I tell you this fragrance sold out by the end of the day, it really did. It went so quickly. So I will be keeping my eye out for this fragrance as far as when it comes back in stock, and I will make sure I share that link as quickly as I can with you all. I'm hoping a full restock is on the way and we won't have any issues getting this fragrance soon, but that's not information that I'm privy to, so I'll keep my eyes peeled and my ears open for you all. This fragrance is fluffy, vanillic. It has a gorgeous lemon note. So in the opening for me, it's like a puff pastry that's filled with lemon and cream. And this pastry is very fine, very delicious. But then on the dry down is when I start picking up ice cream. So what I perceive is lots of deliciousness from this fragrance. A puff pastry, ice cream. It's so fluffy, so light. It's like a cloud of all of those edible smelling notes. And the projection on this one is moderate. You're not going to get any more than moderate for this fragrance. However, this is incredibly long lasting. It will cling to your clothes the entire day. So it's like you're surrounded by this moderate cloud of vanillic goodness. It's so delicious smelling, but it's not overdone. It remains very fluffy and light and bright. It's not cloying, not headache inducing. Instead, this one is delicate. It's a delicate gourmand. It's a very light gourmand, a very easy breezy type of fragrance, which I think makes this very signature scent worthy. If you're someone that loves sweet fragrances and you can wear a sweet fragrance all year round, this is the type of fragrance that would be perfect for such a person. So good. I'm so happy with my purchase. And like I said, I will be sure to update you all on anything I know about the restock for this one. Again, this is Empire Victor by Gardini. So friend, thank you so much for watching all the way to this point in the video. I'm so grateful for you. If you're here and you love fragrance content, but you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be sure to turn on that notification bell so you never miss another video. And if you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button because that helps the channel continue to grow and reach other fragrance family members like ourselves. So before I go today, I want to remind you to keep smiling, keep shining, and keep striving to be the best version of yourself because no one can do you quite like you. I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.